I really am more sensitive to the feelings that y'all are putting out that may be feelings of hurt or anger or, disappointment, those kinds of things. And I want to nip it right in the bud to make sure that we get these feelings out of our bodies so we can continue to put forth the type of attitude and fun-loving show that the listeners have grown to adore over the years. So this morning, right before we as we say in the radio business, right before we crack the mic, Riggins said something was bothering him about Alexis and Rob, something they have done to wrong him, and we need to fix it. What did they do to you, Riggins?
They cut me out of the Game of Thrones podcast.
What?
They cut me out of the Game of Thrones podcast.
You cut him out?
Not only did you cut me out, and then...
Wait, there was a Game of Thrones podcast that was supposed to happen between the three of you? I didn't even know about this.
No, just the two of them.
So how'd you get cut out?
So years ago, we did a Game of Thrones podcast, and I said this would be so much fun. I'll bring in Tech D Rob because he's a fan of the show, and then we had a woman that used to run our office named Tracy. She was also a fan, and we would discuss the episodes after they aired, and we loved it so much we said, let's turn this into a podcast. So for every episode, we would do a new podcast. This was years ago.
Yeah.
For the final season of Game of Thrones. It was great, and I had so much fun doing it. Really fun. And then yesterday, I'm getting ready to leave, and then I hear Alexis and Rob talking about like how they were going to get on a phone call together. And I said, oh, you guys are on a conference call? What are you doing? And then sheepishly, Alexis goes, oh, we're going to do the Game of Thrones podcast. And like didn't even tell me.
Whoa.
Which is fine. Listen, my feelings were hurt at the time. I'm over it now. But I do think it's weird.
Yeah, but the thing is that Alexis didn't know you were part of the first one. That's all on Rob.
Right.
For cutting you.
Oh, he's...
But, so we had mentioned it when we started talking about this new House of the Dragon show. And Riggins was like, I don't think it's a good idea. So I didn't include him in that.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's fair.
But
I remember that.
on Monday, I asked you if you'd watched it, and you said you're going to watch it over the weekend. And so I was like, all right, well, he's not included then.
Yeah.
Cut me out. Just cut me out. My idea. And then I get cut out of it. You believe this? Mm-hmm. But the fact that they didn't tell me, I mean, it would have been fine. I don't care. I mean, it's like my feelings aren't, they were hurt. But I could have gotten it over quickly. But they did it so secretly.
Yeah,
let's talk about this. Yeah, to like purposely exclude me, I thought was a little hurtful, given that it's a show the three of us love.
Well, can I tell you something that's going to make you feel better?
I mean, that's fine.
Well, the universe was on your side yesterday because it did not allow us to record our episode of Game of Thrones podcast.
Oh, really?
Well, he's not going to want to do it now, no matter what.
I mean, I'm not wanting.
Well, no, I'm not saying he has to be part of it, but you can take, you can be happy that it didn't work out yesterday.
No, I'm not going to take pleasure in something bad happening.
Sounds like
because that's the way she would be.
Yeah,
that's true. She would look
No,
at
you're right.
She would look at it.
Yup.
I just wish they would have wanted me in the podcast.
Oh, we did.
We always want you in our podcast, Riggins.
Certainly didn't sound like it this time.
But we don't want to get rejected by you telling us, no, that's stupid. I'm not doing that.
I would never say that.
You know what it is, Riggins?
What?
Because I put on my psychologist hat here. I think they look at you as the favorite at work and all of that, and subconsciously even it's kind of like he doesn't need to be part of this because he's into everything. Ace and TJ always go to him for everything, and so almost like you are not one of the not one of them because you're kind of with us.
Teacher's pet.
Yeah, like more in a leadership role.
Okay.
And they don't. It's like inviting the boss to the party. They don't want to do that. So, I think that's probably what it is. A little jealousy.
Yep.
We're so jealous of all the responsibility Riggins has.
And they're still ripping me. I mean, I'm the one that gets sidelined, and then they lash out at me.
Well, now you know how it feels, Riggins.
When have I ever done that to you?
When I didn't get invited to your house.
Nobody
when
has
I didn't
been
go to
invited
dinner.
to his house.
When you guys went out to eat, all of y'all, and I didn't go. So now you know how
y'all.
it feels. Yeah.
I don't even know what you're
Remember
talking
you guys
about.
went to breakfast?
Yeah. I do.
Okay.
Ace and I went to breakfast with Riggins separately when we first moved the studio
Yeah.
up here. And if you would have been around here, we would have said, "Come go with us to breakfast." But
Well,
you
no
weren't.
one told me to be around.
It wasn't
to be
a date.
asked.
It wasn't an RSVP situation where he had sent out invitations and stuff, or Evite as the kids call them.
Well, maybe you guys now will be a little bit more sensitive as to how it feels to be left out of things.
Yeah.
So
Why do I have to
I
suffer?
say you guys.
Well, listen.
Now you know how it feels.
You know how it feels. I just want to be your friend, Riggins, and you don't want to be my friend. So
Obviously,
now.
you don't. You didn't invite him to come do the podcast
I'm the one that got kicked out of the group.
that you started.
I started. It's my idea. And listen, I'm still going to listen to the Game of Thrones podcast whenever they do it. I'm probably going to enjoy it. I like talking about it. And it's fine if you don't want me to be a part of it. I get it. I don't get it, really.
But we do.
I do want you.
But then why would you not even ask me?
I don't know, because the way he's acting right now, I don't know. Actually, I don't know
Listen,
if I
I
want him on.
can't.
His
It's
energy's
fine.
a little.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
You don't
That's
have time for that mess anyway. Bunch of nerds.
For all things Ace and TJ, subscribe to the Ace and TJ YouTube channel.
One of the worst things that can happen to your house is a buildup of mold and mildew in your crawl space. Let the experts at Cardinal Environmental Solutions come and inspect your crawl space and treat it so your house is safe for you and your family. Go to acetj.com/cardinal today.